The government hasn't paid the contract that they signed with them. We've not seen the help that they promised us, but nobody's hearing about that on the news.
They picked up a half a woman's body across the street and put it in a body bag.
There's a lot of controversy. They don't want to say they're working for FEMA. We had 2 hurricanes come through here. I'm so tired of hearing one side that it's only local.
You've got all these multi-millionaire politicians. Neither side made a move to help everybody here. We're on our own.
I've only lived here 26 years. I'm not quite 120 yet. So, I mean, no. Anyhow.
Oh my gosh.
So this was my house. That was 120 years old. There was a 2-car garage with a garden tractor and a car. And then this was a 14 by 24 foot shed. All of that went down the river together. Now,
that's all right. We got plenty of time. Just waiting for somebody.
So you had to get out of there quick. How?
No, I was monitoring it since 2 o'clock in the morning. And now I want you to watch this corner.
Okay.
See that house?
Yes.
The roof? You're going to see that house standing right next door.
Oh, that's one I pointed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gutted it completely.
Yeah,
wow.
Because about 10 years ago, I had the crawl space encapsulated, which means there was a liner to keep moisture from coming into the house. When the water went through the house, it went through the floorboards, that encapsulation became a swimming pool. So water sat in the bottom of that house for weeks until it evaporated.
Goodness.
So this is what the current looked like. In fact, at times, it would bounce like 10 feet in the air. It was unbelievable. I didn't capture that, but it was never seen anything like this.
Given to other people, but when it's your turn, it's bad. Yeah, it's a hard thing.
What's up, YouTube? Right behind me, what looks like a sinkhole was actually someone's perfectly manicured lawn. Ron, the man in orange back there, showed me his house, which the water was to the roof of his home. And the home that was over there, which is now gone, it slammed into his before it just completely got decimated.
This was my house.
Right? Oh my gosh. Wow. Just ripped off the ground.
Yes, and that was the 2-car garage.
It looks like a war zone out here. The people that are helping him rebuild his house are volunteers. He says he wouldn't know what he would do without them. Have you had any help from FEMA at all? What's your experience with them?
My experience with FEMA was, we called in immediately as soon as we knew the house was destroyed, and it was 30 days that we didn't hear anything from FEMA. But we called in and registered and everything, no email, no phone call. So then we came back, we called FEMA back, and then we went to Burnsville, where they just opened a FEMA center, and that's when we got help. About five days after that, we got some help from FEMA.
At least 1.5 miles to 2 miles up the road, and they found her 150 yards from our place.
There was like that side by side was pinned up against that tree.
There were 2 fatalities up the creek. One of our friends who found a victim down the creek from here knew the lady that died and was able to recognize her.
That was the half a body.
Yeah, that was within the first couple of days after the storm. Yeah, she had been outside. I've heard the story from people that have passed it on from her husband, that she had gone outside to look at see if the hill was going to wash out, and just got caught at a bad time with a mudslide, and she just washed her probably 2 miles up the road. At least 1.5 miles to 2 miles up the road, and they found her 150 yards from our place.
All right, Thad, so who lived up there?
They was a pack lived up there. That last name was Pack, and there was a big old house, and I think it was a big old house, and the house come sliding across and went into that house.
And who told you that story? It was someone who was here.
He was the chief, Wade. His name is Wade. And he was the chief of the Garren Creek Park Department.
He saw the whole mountainside come down.
He seen the whole mountain and everything come down.
Oh gosh. And
It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt inside the house. It slammed. It stopped right there beside that house right there.
And down here is a neighborhood where several fatalities.
So where the 11 people got killed down that way. They've cleaned all this out. And the big house, it was a house sitting up there and it come sliding down. It really wasn't the river, it was the mountains what got to it.
So there was a whole neighborhood down that way.
There was a whole neighborhood down through there. I would say there was probably 10 houses down through there.
I don't know if you can tell from the pictures how dug out it was. There was a 4-foot gap between the bank and the edge of the bridge.
Just down the road from Eileen, a 7-year-old boy and his father were found deceased, and the mother is still missing. They were found by cadaver dogs, and an excavator had to dig them out. Green River Cove was once lush and beautiful, but now it looks like a war zone along the sides of the river. The flooding was so tremendous that 40 homes were wiped off the map. Eileen shows me a video she took from her front porch. She saw cars and homes and dead animals float by.
And bodies that can't even be identified. But no, none of this is making the news. Nothing. You have failed miserably as the news people, as the government, to tell the truth. The government hasn't paid the contract that they signed with them. We've not seen the help that they promised us, but nobody's hearing about that on the news.
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty. As you can see, there is a gripping story going on in North Carolina that nobody is willing to talk about, except a few content creators, one being my friend, Chronicles of Olivia. I will be joining Chronicles of Olivia in North Carolina here in the near future to help cover the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene. My friend Chronicles of Olivia has been covering the case in North Carolina and the floods from Helene since they happened. These are the stories of heroic people in their community finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. And I've got to say, there's a lot of people out there that are keeping strength, keeping hope, and praying that things will get better. It appears that things are getting better. God bless the people of North Carolina. God bless the people keeping the strength. And the government needs to step up and start doing something to help these people. And we need to keep our eyes on this case.